With the thinnest limbs I've ever seen on a Marvel Legend, will Spider-Man survive the snap? Find out in this week's review of Marvel Legends Across the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales. A quippy teenager with a tragic backstory involving a beloved uncle.
This is a pretty hardcore origin story.
However, Miles Morales is forced to live two different lives because he can't tell his incredibly supportive, loving parents that he's Spider-Man.
You smell like fresh buttered baby.
Give me a whiff.
Mom!
Articulation, bruh. Okay, head's on a ball and hinge, allowing him to look down, all the way up. There's some left to right, and a little bit of wiggle. The ab crunch at the torso allows you to get this much forward with a weird Hunchback of Notre Dame situation. It goes that far back, and the sculpt does continue. Trying to utilize the waist swivel, you get like a shelf situation, and it's ugly at best. Ball and hinges all the way up, hands rotate. Because of the way the wrist peg is angled, you can get some up and all the way down. Legs kick up about that amount, but if you want to kick it up a little bit further and out, you can do that as well. There's a upper thigh swivel. They kick out a good amount. There's a pinless double jointed knee. Be careful not to stress the plastic on the ankles when hinging down, hinging up. You'll see it bend. Yeah, see, look at that bend. Ooh, I just felt wrong. And they also rock, like me, at the water park, with all my friends. Accessories! Does this purse go with my bra, brah? Miles comes with a masked and unmasked head sculpt. We also get a set of thwipping and fisted hands. But every Spider-Man should come with wall-crawling hands too. Just Google Miles Morales. Most of the images have him posing with open hands. If you have the Marvel Legends Teenage Miles, you could shave down the pegs, but you really shouldn't have to. Go sit yourself. Without a puffy jacket, Miles can go sit himself. This being the most natural pose in the chair with his feet flat on the ground.
Keep your lights fresh. You're gonna thank me later.
Alright, first up, Miles' mentor and the most relatable Peter Parker, Marvel Legends Peter B. Parker. If I had to pick one, I would argue that he looks more like a Dalmatian, wearing one of many hats that fits on his head. Here's the spot. One is the loneliest spider. Who needs homies when you got hobbies? Here's Spider-Gwen. And here's Miles again, in spot form. Closer to a statue than a figure, here's Spider-Ham. Closer to a hobo than a hero, yet again here's Peter B. Parker. Aaron could be a boy or a girl's name, but he does identify as an uncle. Here's the Prowler. And with her she-hulking ballet slippers keeping her upright, it's Spider-Gwen. And I'm not the only person having a blast here. Here's Marvel Legends Shocker, and what sounds like a over-the-counter medication, Electro. Electro may cause shorts, outages, cardiac arrest, and diarrhea, not necessarily in that order. And lastly, with a mild case of Miles, here's Marvel Legends Miles Morales and Miles Morales. Think unsexy thoughts. Think unsexy thoughts. Miles has grown since the release of his last figure, so there's not a lot of usable parts from the previous release.
It's a puberty thing.
The animation style has a specific look that doesn't go with the average Marvel Legends, but the figures do look great together. The hunchback is obvious from every other angle but straight on.
Right on.
The unmasked head sculpt is accurate to the character, but the afro is a wee bit tall. Reminds me of the upside down scene in the movie, which makes me ponder, where are the open hands, Hasbro? Every other scene he's reaching for the camera like a frickin' Backstreet Boy.
Tell me why.
Committing to the Spider-Verse art style was a potential QC nightmare, but Hasbro pulled it off. The movies are so good, the figures are going to sell regardless. I mean, sure, the release isn't perfect, but for a domestic figure at a domestic price, Miles Morales is definitely worth picking up for the collection. Please subscribe and smash them thumbs up, ya bum, and remember, collect responsibly. We also get a set of thwipping and fisting hands. Fisted hands.